Welcome back to another StarCastTV, and I am Scan. Today, we're going to cast a fabulous game between Rush versus Action, Action versus Rush, and spawning location in the top right, the orange color, this is Rush. And the other side of the player, spawning location in the bottom left, the yellow Zerg, this is Action. We're gonna see a Zerg versus Terra matchup on Benzene, and Benzene is a two-player map. Quite a lot of players like to do some kind of like a greedy build if you are a Zerg player, because the rush distance is really far that there's no really option for Terran players to do, and we can expect that Terran players is going for the supply depot with the single barracks wall at the natural, so that is what we are going to be expected to see. And at the same time, Action is going for the super fast 9 drone scout. Looks like he wants to eliminate one of the possibilities that Action does not want to die to Proxy 8 racks, and that is what he is scouting for. And we can see Action is trying to pump all the drone all the way up to 12, so it looks like this will be a 12 hatchery opening. But Action is going to play standard. He's gonna put down the wall, put down the barracks to make a wall. But at the same time, both of the players will see the worker, the scouting worker. Immediately the drone comes and starts to harass, and that is a super intense drone mic already. Spit it like already 5 times. Wow. So that is super intense micro by Action. Constantly speeding and buying some time and denying that barracks time as much as he can. Action is doing the drone micro really well. That Rush might, oh my god. Rush actually killed that drone. So he was using 2 SCV and micro focus targeting on the single drone, and he will take it down. So that was a little bit of unfortunate for Action that he went out for 9 drone scout and didn't earn much of a benefits from there. But he will have the overlord will arrive. He will have overlord will arrive and see what Rush is doing. So he will be confirming. The Action sees there's a barracks into his command center first, and at the same time Action will be starting the lair. So this is not going to be a super fast lair tech, even though it is 2 hatch, because he has gone out with 9 drone. Whenever you're doing the 9 drone scout, you won't be able to get this lair tech really fast, so it is not going to be that fast as a normal standard build. Maybe about like 10 seconds delayed because of the early 9 drone scout. But at the same time, I want to point out that Rush is constantly going for the scout. He definitely knows that Rush definitely knows that Action will not do some kind of a crazy all-in, because if Action was planning to do some kind of a crazy all-in build, we have to expect him to do no drone scout or 12 hatchery into drone scout and go for super fast 2 hatch layer into all-in or some kind of aggression like that. But whenever Action is doing the 9, or I should say Zerg is doing the 9 drone scout, we just have to think the Zerg players will do macro opening most likely. But at the same time, we have seen the Hydra Den was going up, but Action has made 6 Zerglings so far and constantly denying that SCV scout, and we saw Action was making the extractor, but as soon as the SCV leaves Action's natural, he immediately cancels. Let's see what Rush is doing. We know that Rush is the type of player who likes to do M&M, very standard, classic build, and he's going for 2 racks Academy. Oh, never mind. He went for super fast +1 attack into 2 racks into an Academy. We can tell his Academy is not that fast. Whenever you're doing 1 racks into eBay Academy, you will have this academy probably will be finished at 4 minute 30, 4 minute 40, but he just got his academy done at 5 minute mark, so we can tell he has gone for the 2 racks first because he probably thinks he doesn't want to die to some kind of a zergling bust at the net, because we can tell his marines are coming being produced from the bottom side, so he's making more medics. We're gonna be hearing for the first scan go off at Action's main base, but we definitely so all Rush has that he in his head, he thinks, oh, Action made a second gas and also a Hydra then, so he might be thinking this is going to be 2 gas all in. So that is what Rush might be thinking, and he will be adding more bunkers at the front. The lurkers will come, steam pack. One of the lurkers will get. Oh, will not go down. Oh my god, that was a little unfortunate. So 3 lurkers are still alive. A lot of zerglings are there as well, surrounding the bunker. And only 2 marines out of the bunker, so this is not looking great. So one of the lurkers, that one has a lower HP, that will be pulled back. Rush missed micro this marine medic here. That he made a little bit of a mistake. He lost quite a lot of SCVs at the front, but at the same time, Action wasn't all in. He already had a backup plan, going for the expansion plus Spire attack already, and we do not see Queen's Nest, so I guess this is the type of a player we're gonna be seeing, where you go for lurker first, maybe like 5, 6 lurkers at the Terran's natural into a Mutalisk switch, but Action is confident enough. Probably the steam pack with the range upgrade is now complete with the +1 attack as well, so he was confident enough that he can break that 3 lurker contain. So that is a great decision making, but I want to point out that Rush is somewhat behind with the worker count. He really needs to train the number of workers that he has lost. And for sure that Rush does not have much of information. He does not know where the lurkers are at, so he really needs to be careful. We're gonna be hearing a couple of scan here and there, and he'll be spotting the Spire. We can see Action is saving up all those Vespene gas, so we might going to see the Mutalisk switch from here. And yes, Action is going for the Mutalisk switch, and already for the Armor 1 upgrade from the Evolution Chamber. So what we are seeing from Rush is that he is going to go for a starport. Usually he does the 2 starport, but I suppose since the lurker started, since Action has gone for the lurker first into Mutalisk, he probably thinks that he might need to make some siege tank in the mid game. So that could be one of the possibilities that he's not lifting his factory. And let's look at it more carefully. Finally, we get to see Action has made 5 and more Mutalisk 7. So that is going to be total 7 Mutalisks will come at the 1 o'clock side. And once their player starts to have more than 7, they start one-shotting every single worker. One-shot every single SCV. So here we go, he's going in, but there's 2 missile turret. 1 shot and pick up one of the SCV. That's nice. Finally, we see Rush is adding adding a starport with a control tower and machine shop at the same time. One group of marine will be standing at the front. Nice reaction by Rush using the stim pack immediately, but Action is not planning to start. Okay, he wanted to kill one of the marine, but 4 HP missed micro by Action and lost a single Mutalisk. That's a little bit of a miss micro. So right now Action has 6 lurkers trying to bait. Hey, I don't have much of a Mutalisk, but here we go. Action is gonna go in, but I'm not sure about this decision. We know that a +1 attack is strong, but against the 6 lurkers, I'm not sure about this. But he lost a lot of marine, and once again, Rush might get contained once here. He finally getting the siege tank with the siege mode upgrade on the way. We can tell Action is already saturating the mineral expansion as well, slowly, one by one drone per each. And more Hydralisks are getting out from the lurker, the larva. And I guess Action is not going to go for heavy muta. He's just gonna have some amount of Mutalisks to buy some time and pick up or do some harassment. But we can tell the science vessel is already out, but I don't think he gets the vision to see it. But he probably knows, and he's trying to hide the Scourges under the Mutalisks when they're stacking. So whenever Terran is about to move out, when Rush is moving out, he will be sniping the vessel as much as he can. And I like this idea of how Action is aware of all the dropship possibility. So he's setting up all the Scourge everywhere. 2 tanks are out, siege mode, and pushing those lurkers back. But we gotta remember, his armor 1 is already complete. And let's see, he already started the 2 evolution chamber, 2-1 upgrade, or I should say 1-2 upgrade. Try to snipe that science vessel, but that is such a big mistake by Action, I suppose. He sniped one of the siege tanks, but he couldn't really get the science vessel, nor not much of a big trade. And he lost about, if I remember correctly, he had 8 lurkers in the front, but now he has only 4 remaining. So he lost 4 lurkers plus all Mutalisks with the 2 Scourge. That is a big loss, I suppose. But at the same time, I want to say that Benzene, there's a lot of high ground that you can buy sometime. And I'm not sure about these drones, probably wrong rally point. Gotta retreat now. We're gonna be hearing some scan here and there. Rush is the scan at the mineral expansion line, so he can get to see how many lurkers Action really has. The consume upgrade is about 60% done. He really needs to get the defiler out. A lot of players in Korea call Action is a defiler master. He's one of the players who is really good at using defiler. And we are going to slowly moving into the super late game here. But before that, we are seeing Rush is trying to go for the harassment, or I should say the pressure. Some amount of Marine Medic Ball will be moving towards the 11 o'clock fight for the backstab. And I want to see how many eBay or how he has 2 eBay, so he's gonna be focusing on all of the 2-2 upgrade as soon as possible. Finally, Defiler got out, consuming the drone, going to be using the Dark Swarm, and we'll push Rush's army away. Tanking this micro, not paying attention. What is it attacking? Oh, it was attacking the lurker, okay. At the same time, there are 2 sunken colonies are buying some time at the 11 o'clock side. But 1-1 upgrade is already strong enough to fight. And we don't see any Nidus Canal connected to the 11 o'clock side. We saw the Nidus Canal, but it's not connected yet. So Action might going to lose this expansion. 2 lurkers are boarded, but immediately the hatcher will go down. Medics will survive. Yes, medics will survive. Action really needs to store this 11 o'clock expansion because he was mining at the 3 gas, but now it's stuck at a 2 gas Zerg right now. Rush is slowly saturating. Okay, he's trying to optimize the worker count. He has 46 workers, but he really needs more whenever he starts to make more command center. And we can start to see Rush is the type of player who is really good at using Science Vessel, and we are getting to see he is now getting mass vessel as much as he can. And floating barracks and a science facility. A lot of people might think, hey, why are you sending your factory and a science facility science facility to Zerg space? Because when you're sending those buildings to your opponent, you start to get more vision. And whenever the Zerg players like Action is trying to move out with some amount of army with the defiler, you can easily spot those army and use a vessel to irradiate from long distance. So it is also a nice thing. And we are seeing he's trying to also deny this 11 o'clock expansion once again using the irradiate on the defiler, not on the lurkers. Interesting. Something got cancelled? Oh, never mind, it wasn't got cancelled. So it was a sound of a siege tank shot on the Zergling, so that was an explosion. So I thought Action was killing the command center and Rush was cancelling the command center, but it was not. We can get to see Rush is right now slowly focusing on denying each expansion, or I should say not letting Action to take the 4th expansion. Couple of lurkers are out. The downside of Action right now is that in the mid game that he wasted so much of a Mutalisk that he does not have Mutalisk to defend his main base. We can see like he got some visions at the 6 o'clock side, but he doesn't have any Scourge standing. So whenever Action feels like he can go for the dropship, it's going to hurt him so badly. Yeah, using the vessel from a long distance, try to get this Defiler on for the Irati, but nice catch by Action. Action is slowly saturating each expansion that he has. Now slowly adding a couple of drones over here. 11 o'clock, Minor expansion as well. Looking great. I'm not sure about this Nidus Canal. Oh, the Nidus Canal is connected to the main base, so that is what it was for. Okay, I see. So whenever Terran goes for the drop, and all those rally points that he has set at the Minor expansion, he can bring it back to his main base. So I guess that was the purpose. Science Facility is getting attacked by the Mutalisk because we know that Terran is getting all those vision and map awareness with the factory and then a floating science facility. So that is the reason why Action was trying to kill those buildings, and we can see a couple of Zerglings will go for the backstab at the 5 o'clock side. They have a really good upgrade, armor 2 with the +1 attack and 2/2 upgrade of a marine medic, but we can tell Actions is constantly focusing on the upgrade. Armor 3 with the +2 attack, probably the Ultralist what is it? The armor 2 upgrade is also done. It is also done, and now he's now getting for the Ultralist speed on the way. It looks like an elephant to me here. Nice looking image. I really don't pay attention to those images, but oh, nice plague on the medic. So that is a one critical plague on the marine medic ball. Once you start getting all those plague on your marine medic ball, you can't really use irradiate on the Ultralist. And the reason why is for that is when you're using irradiate on the Ultralist and the Ultralists are starting to rob on your marine medic ball that has on the plague on it, they start dying. You're pretty much killing your own marine medic with the irradiate, so you don't want that to be happening. And this Defiler will use plague once again. That's such a nice plague on the science vessel. But the Ultralist speed is not done yet, so Action is trying to be careful with his Ultralist Defiler and the Zergling movement. And this is what I'm talking about. All those plagued army are dying by one shot attack, and we can tell armor 5 is done. So 3/2 upgrade is done. Armor 3 is already on the way for Rush, but he really needs to focus on the upgrade. If Action starts to get these armor 3 upgrade for the Ultra, like armor 5, and +3 attack with the Zergling as well, that is not going to be looking pretty for Rush. And Rush is slowly saturating 5 o'clock expansion as well. This has been running for almost a minute over here at 5 o'clock. So right now 4 base versus it is 5 base. So 5 base Zerg. Action has quite a lot of drone count, 51 drone. And he has a lot of bases mining. That is looking great for him. And he has a lot of macro hatches as well. But I want to point out that Rush is not planning to go for mass vessel like the yeah, he is definitely going for the mass vessel, but I want to say that he's making siege tank. He probably thinks that he can't really end the game with the marine medic ball like how he used to. So I guess that could be the reason why he's now adding all those factory over here. Does he have an armory? I don't see armory. Okay, I don't see armory, but he will be making some siege tank over here. Oh, Vulture? Oh, maybe. Okay, never mind. He cancelled it as soon as he made a mistake there. Action is starting to move out. He's starting to move out because all those expansions are slowly getting saturated. It is interesting that he does not have much of a drone each expansion. He just pretty much put every single drone per mineral, so that is somewhat interesting. And now we are seeing Rush is doing the science vessel irradiate on his own vessel, trying to erase some of the drones, but he couldn't really get much, so he's now going to go to 11 o'clock side. To Scourge. Oh, okay, the borrow upgrade has been done for a long time ago, but at the same time I just missed that. I just missed that a couple of Ultralists, maybe, okay, two Ultralists with a couple of his Earglings just came to 5 o'clock side that it just started denying Rush's expansion. Rush really needs to secure his expansion. If he does not secure his expansion, he will start to fall behind because of the money that he has been mining is right now, main base is mined out, Nat is mined out, mineral expansion only, but 300 mineral each, so he doesn't have much of a time left. Nice play once again. And Rush is getting a lot of Zerglings, Ultralist Defiler, constantly using the consume on the Zerglings and slowly moving out. Yes, we are hearing a lot of consumes on the Zerglings and finally moving out. And Vessels needs to be careful. He does not want to get plagued on the vessel. Nice ready and pulling back. Defiler wants to use plague, but he couldn't really get it. So before the Defiler dies, he used the Dark Swarm at the last second. So that is nice move. And at the same time, Action is taking the 6 o'clock. The 6 o'clock expansion. It has 6 mineral fields with the 1 Vespene gas, so it is also looking nice. And we can see there are 3 siege tank at the 5 o'clock side. A lot of ultra. There's not a lot of ultras, but wow, it had about like a half, 50% HP. But when that 3 tank shot at that ultralist, just turned into a red. That is very powerful with the 3 siege tank. Nice play on the science vessels. I want to constantly check whether he's upgrading the armor. Oh yeah, he does have armor A, so he's going to get that +1 attack upgrade. You can hear the unsiege going on, but I guess he did not have enough money to spin this armory. But at the same time, I want to point out, Action really wants to Rush really wants to kill this expansion, because if Action starts to have a lot of expansions, Rush definitely knows that he can't really do anything. We hear a couple of scan here and there because he wants to spot where the Action's army is, because when Rush is attacking the 6 o'clock expansion, Action should have been like calm, bringing some of his army to defend here, but he wasn't actually defending, so he knows that Action's army should be at somewhere or can be going for the backstab, so he really wanted to hold there. And that is a lot of siege tank that Rush has. Nice play once again. You ready? That is looking nice. And let me check the upgrade for the both players. So Evolution Chamber is not upgrading, so it looks like +2 is going to be stopped for Action. Rush probably thinks that making an extra Ultralist is more efficient than upgrading for +3 upgrade for now. So Rush is right now having 200 supply count, sitting in the middle of the map with a lot of siege tank. That is looking great for Action. But remember, Rush is going to be mined out soon. He only has 1 base mining at the 5 o'clock, and this is going to be the remaining mineral, 8 mineral. Now it's down mining. Finally completed the command center on time before the SCP gets picked up. That was a little lucky for him. And Action is constantly bringing his army. He's making all those moves, sending his army towards the 12 o'clock side and then making a diagonally to mineral expansion line. But okay, here's going to be a backstab. So here it might be a little bit of a, I should say, base trade. Action is probably mined out with the nat gas as well. Let's see. Only 400 remaining gas at the 11 o'clock side, so it looks like this is going to be two base gas of Zerg versus Terran. And Terran has still a lot of remaining supply count. Slowly saturating. He wants to saturate this 6 o'clock expansion, but he really can't. The bunker will go down. A lot of siege tank line up with the using science vessel. You ready? Defiler here and catching all those defiler here and there. One of the defilers just somehow sneaked out once again. Action really needs to secure. This is looking crazy. And Action is defending this mineral expansion line really well. At the same time, people might be thinking why Rush is not attacking, because he doesn't have much of a marine medic to attack. And we can tell this couple of Ultralists are buying some time at 5 o'clock side, picking up Marines are attacking the Ultralists, but Ultralists and a couple of Zerglings will be attacking the Marine. So that is a nice trade for Action. And one of the defilers somehow came to here. So this is not looking great. Action really needs to make a decision here. He doesn't have much of a remaining bank to fight back to Action. Action has a 1500 mineral with a lot of drone mining at the 12 o'clock side. 1 o'clock side as well. Whenever he starts to saturate this expansion, it is not going to be looking pretty for Rush. And this command center is going to be lifted. SCVs are transferring back to his main base, so this is not looking great for Rush. He doesn't have any money incoming at the moment. So this might be a base trade for both players. Interesting. Couple of Marine Medic and Marine Fire Bats will be rotated to the 1 o'clock side, 11 o'clock side. But Sunken with a couple of Zerglings will deny this nicely, and I'm not sure. Okay, he does have quite a lot of money. Okay, all those money that he just spent were sitting at the natural. So that's a good sign. I like how Rush is kind of focusing on those Marine Medic with the siege tank ball and constantly denying or killing the expansion and here and there. Denying the gas is also a key point in playing against the Zerg, because Zerglings are not good against Marine Medic. But just pure Zergling versus Marine, that's okay, but it is scary when Zerg starts to have all those investing gas and making Ultralists, Defiler, and using Plague. And defending every expansion with those magic unit is just too much of a suffer. Consume, a lot of consume. Is he gonna be putting down the Plague on the vessels? I wanna see. Okay, yeah, he will be using the Dark Storm here. Nice Plague. 11 o'clock expansion is still alive, but I want to say this investing gas is pretty much mined out. But there's a hidden expansion at the 1 o'clock side. That's a little bit of a mistake by Action that he didn't put 3 drones inside of the investment gas. D-Matrix. And somehow Rush is slowly... yeah, he cleared up all those army and now saturating the 5 o'clock expansion. So he still have quite a lot of Marine Medic alive and using the D-Matrix and still having that siege tank with the Marine alive at the 11 o'clock side using this science vessel. Action does not have much of investment gas. This is what the downside of the Zerg in the late game. If they don't have much of an investment gas remaining, they can't really take down the science vessels. And this is not looking great for both players. They are both mined out. One of the science vessels will go down, but there are quite a lot of science vessels still alive out on the map. Making a couple of Marine Medic and maybe a little bit of Fire Bats as well. I'm not sure who's gonna win this game because we can tell Action is mining with the one gas at the 12 o'clock side, trying to restore this expansion as well. But here once again, one Ultralist with the 2 Zergling will just immediately deny this expansion. So this is going to be a big frustration for Rush. Rush really wants to kill this expansion. He just used the scan at the 12 o'clock side, but he can't really do anything. There are literally 5 sunk with it. The Nidus Canal is being added. Okay, he doesn't have the Nidus Canal connected, but he will be. So using the D-Matrix wanted to break this side expansion. He thinks that he doesn't have much of a choice anymore. He will be giving up this 5 o'clock expansion and going for the 12 o'clock side expansion. Given the father, Sunken will go down, but at the same time, Action decided to go for the backstab here. So this is another base trade once again. He really needs, Action really needs to save this Marine Medic ball. Does he have some couple Marines out of the bunker? Yes, he does. Oh, I don't know who's gonna win. We can see mineral expansion is mined out, natural is mined out, main base is also mined out. Defiler is going to the wrong direction, probably wrong rally point somehow. So this is going to be 1 base versus 1 0 base. And defending the main base with the magic units, the science vessel. I don't know who's gonna win this game. This is looking crazy. And he also needs to be very careful with the science vessel because there are a couple of spores out on the map. If you get hit by the spore colony, it's not going to be looking great. Action decided to lift up all those buildings. He's not going to be mining. Okay, he is mining, but all of his SCBs will get cleared by the Zerglings. So this is the remaining of Russia's army. 42 supply versus 65. So if you subtract that 25, that is going to be, I cannot really do the math, so maybe not 40, 38 of Action's army. Nice play. Defiler still alive, but killing this hatchery, okay. Good decision making. But I want to know how many Ultralists that Action has, because if Action does not have much of a, or does not have any Ultralists, this might be a turning game. Wait, oh, medic, that's a mistake. He really needs those medic, but oh, okay, 2 medics remaining. They're out of energy, but there are a lot of Zerglings out on the map. That's like about 3 groups, 4 groups. But Defiler once again just got out. Now this Marine medic ball are stuck at this side. Okay, we'll be spotting all the Lucky Drone and the Overlord, but that is nice. But these armies just got contained. Oh my god, I don't know who's gonna win. Action is trying to expand once again. A couple of Zerglings will be constantly killing the buildings, but oh, he really needs to use these 2 Marine, but he can't really do anything. There are quite a lot of AI. He really needs to micro this Marine medic really well to fight against Action's army. Action also does not have much of investment gas remaining. Only Defiler, one at a time. Using D-Matrix. Medics are not healing really well. Plague on it. The Zerglings are trying to come and surround the Marine medic, and Marines are falling one by one, and Action is going to win the game. Wow. I am impressed. I thought this is going to be like a base trade and we can't really tell like who's gonna win. This wasn't a super exciting and interesting game because we saw that Action went for semi all-in with the lurker opening in the beginning. He was also poor with the 9 drone scout, and he also lost the 9 drone scout by the 2 SCV, and Action was able to keep up the game and brought the game all the way up to 32-minute long. What an insane game. And always denying this expansion. Look at this. Rush couldn't even mine this 6 o'clock expansion. He just mined a little couple times, but that's it. And he also didn't completely mine at this 5 o'clock side as well. So that was a nice decision, denying all those expansion all the time by Action. That was an insane game by both players. Thank you for watching, and if you guys enjoy watching these great games on StarCastTV, please hit the like and subscribe button. We will bring more wonderful games in the future.